likely. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right, okay. The Finance Committee meeting for October 7th, 2024. Counselor Jones is absent. Counselor Waltney? Allemine? Smith?
Here.
Harden. Got 3.
Okay. All right.
Hanging on to a quorum.
Hanging on to a quorum. All right. Can I get a motion to dispense with the reading and approve the minutes as presented by Mr. Seacrest?
So moved.
All right. Motion for Mr. Waltney. Need a second?
Second.
That's right. Second from Mr. Harden. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Oh, we have 2 sets of minutes.
Yes.
Oh, budget hearing meetings.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Sorry. Okay. Can I also? Yeah.
I'll make a motion to approve the budget hearing meetings from September 26th.
Okay.
Second.
Motion for Mr. Waltney, second for Mr. Harden. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
3-0. Those both pass. Okay, old business, 2006-23, request for consideration of the city manager from Mayor Pastor McCluskey and Alex, President Wyatt. This is the item that we discussed about changing, because we're not really considering, the city manager anymore. So what do we need to do? Do we want to keep the same number? Do we want to change it altogether? What do we want to do?
I'm not sure it matters a whole lot one way or the other unless Walter has an opinion.
Oh, there he is. Hello.
In terms of, it's obviously gonna come back. I think Walter and I sort of talked about a plan for how to go about this process that will be coming up.
Okay.
And so I'm fine with I don't think there's a need for an update every other week like there was when we were going
In the
through
process,
the
yeah.
rest of the process. So I'm fine with taking that off and then coming back with a new item once there is
A plan.
Once the committee that is eventually created is coming back to report to the council about interviews and stuff.
Okay, all right. So I guess that the appropriate motion then would be, for now, just to drop 2006-23, and then we'll put a new item on when it's time for the committee to make a recommendation and the finance committee to deal with it.
I make a motion to drop 20-06-23.
Okay?
Second.
All right, motion from Mr. Harden, second from Mr. Waltney. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
All right, that is 3-0 to drop that item, and we'll look forward to hearing more about that future. And now, back to you,
And I
sir.
apologize for being late. I was meeting with the finance director.
Exciting.
Yeah.
That's exciting stuff.
So
That is
Is
a
he
good
coming
excuse.
to join us?
he is going to join us. Yeah,
Yay.
he'll be here in just a minute. But we got tied up with a few items. And what I want to pledge to you in my final times here as heading up finance is to meet with him to look at ways that we can be more efficient and handle each of the items in a much more efficient and succinct manner. So I appreciate starting the meeting
Of course.
and getting
Of course.
getting the first item dropped. So. So welcome Lester Smith here. He's here, and we're happy to have you.
We're very happy to have you.
Yes.
And
Welcome to Homewood.
and as we've kind of talked, I mean, he's in observation mode, so learning all the different systems and processes that we have now. But if there are questions, he will do the best he can to answer to the best of his knowledge about how to handle different things. So let's go through new business and kind of work through this. So, and do you have any opening comments for the committee?
No, other than to say I'm happy to be here. Thank you all for your confidence and your trust in providing me the opportunity to serve the city of Homewood. Thank you.
You're very
Wonderful.
welcome, and we are very happy to have you.
Wonderful. Okay, so starting with new business, and Bo sent all of this out to the committee, so we should have all of it in the little packet here. 070924, request to authorize the mayor to sign lease renewal agreement with Quadient. Is that how you pronounce that?
Yes, sir.
For postage machine at City Hall. And this was sent out. It looks like a 36-month lease at $216.20 per month. This is budgeted, and it's a renewal. So how long have we been using them?
We just had a 5-year contract with them,
Okay.
but it was PD Bose before it was Quad, it was
That-
EO Bose before it was Quad.
Did they just change the name of the company?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay, so we just have to sign the new contract with the new thing, okay, gotcha.
When we're up for renewals.
Oh, okay, good. Okay, I would make a motion to approve, the mayor signing the renewal agreement with Quadient for the postage machine.
Second.
Okay, moved by Counselor Smith, second by Counselor Gwaltney. Any other questions on that discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? 4, we've got 4. That passes 4-0, going to council for next week for that. 080924, request to set bid date for October 29th for Fire Station 3 addition. Chief Broadhead.
My request is, since we hired an architect firm to handle this, they're gonna handle the bid opening for us. That's the reason the date's a little bit off. It's not on a finance night. But they will take care of the advertisements, making sure all of our bid bonds and stuff are correct and in, and then provide us back with a report. Obviously myself, we're gonna open them here at City Hall. We ask that they're due at 2 o'clock that day, and then we'll open them at 2:01, and then prepare a report for the next meeting for you guys. In the meantime, I would also like to carry this item over so that I can bring the plans forth at a recommendation of our finance director. I think it's, after we spoke, it's a good idea for you guys to see what we're doing, particularly with the age of the fire stations, and determine that, is this the best option? What we decided is that our money for the bids will not change. We've already paid the architect firm to do everything, so going ahead and sending them out will not affect what we owe. But I would like your buy-in on what we're trying to do. The reason I chose this station, obviously we know Station 2, we've been talking about replacing it for a while. There's not really worth putting a lot of money into it. This one still has some longevity in it after we move stations, maybe as a training center or some other building that we can keep. So I feel like it's a worthwhile project, but I do want to bring it to you guys and make sure that it kind of fits in our long-term plans. So,
Chief Broadhead, who's the architect?
Latham and Associates.
Good architect.
So did the recommendation make sense to go ahead and set the bid date for October 29th? And you know that's a Tuesday.
I do.
Yeah,
They're gonna
that's-
handle the opening and everything so
Okay.
that you guys don't have to be here.
Okay, so y'all will do it here.
We'll do it here at
Okay.
City Hall.
All right, so I guess my motion would be to set the bid date for, October 29th, 2024 with bids due at 2 p.m.
Opening at
Then
2.
opening at 2:01 here at City Hall.
And then also we'll carry over.
And
the
then
item
carry it
of
over.
Reviewing the plan, so we'll
Right.
have this item still in our, on our agenda for next time, so we can review the plans.
And next meeting, I'll bring a paper copy, but I will also email out the electronic copies for y'all to view. It's just
Okay, and
hard on us.
and then Brian can put it up on the screen too.
All right,
Perfect.
Second that.
Okay, moved by Mrs. Smith, second by Mr. Harden. Any questions on that? I know I will be in Columbus that day, so could you come to the bid opening?
On the second,
On
on the
Tuesday.
29th, let's see, when's that? 29th? Yeah, I think I should be able to.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So
Okay.
I'll be an
Motion second.
observer.
Okay, be an observer.
Yeah.
Okay, any other questions on that? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That's 4-0, that passes. Thank you, chief. And you can send out the electronic and we'll distribute those plans and, yeah, it had your best side, is that what you're saying?
Yes, it did.
Okay. I didn't realize we had that camera right there either.
Oh, my gosh.
I know.
Wow, yeah, there it is.
Stand right there, chief. So, okay, so that has been passed, okay. Moving on, so don't move. You already moved.
Right.
090924, request to surplus 1996 Pierce aerial apparatus, and then you see the VIN number, miscellaneous small equipment. Chief.
So on the fire truck, my request, I sent Mr. Kendrick a request to see if we could consign it with a dealer this time. I think we will get about $50,000 out of it that way versus Gov Deals. Gov Deals is, for these specialty apparatus, a little bit longer to sell them is better. We recoup more of our money. So as long as he doesn't have a problem with the listing contract, that would be my preference for that fire engine. The small equipment would be just our normal thing, and I sent a list out of the small equipment as well.
Well, who said we can't get 100,000?
Well, I wish we could, but it is a 1996 Pierce Arrow with 45,000 miles on it, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it is in the fire truck world.
And which one is it?
This is what we call ladder 6. It is down at Station 3
Okay.
as the reserve. When we got the the new engine 2 in, which just came in less than 2 weeks ago.
Oh, wow.
It will replace this one, and this one will go out of service. The current 2012 will then remove to frontline reserve.
Okay, so that the 2012 will replace the 1996.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
And motion for approval, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Motion for approval.
Okay.
And I'll second that.
Okay. Mr. Waltney. And Mrs. Smith, and this is a random thought, but could you share with Mr. Smith the 20-year capital
Absolutely.
plan?
So, we've talked about that already, and he asked for it, and I said, I'm extremely proud that we have that, because two presidents started that.
I'm always tell you how proud I am that you have that as well, because it
makes a
helps.
difference.
It helps look down the road. Okay, it's been moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, it's 4-0. That passes. Thank you, and that'll go out to council for an ordinance next week. And our last item on the agenda, 100924, request for consideration of 23-24 budget amendments for Park and Rec, Public Works, and Traffic. So, one thing, Mr. Kendrick, I'm gonna do a better job.
You want 2 resolutions?
What we wanna do is have a resolution to each department, but consider that Park and Rec and Public Works would be one resolution, and then, traffic would be another. But, what I would like to occur, moving forward is any budget amendments, really should be going to the finance department for review.
I agree with that.
You're good with that?
Yes, sir.
It has really just landed within the finance committee, and it really needs to go to Mr. Smith to review. Is there, why are we having the budget amendment? Are there, what can we do to avoid this in the future? And so we want,
You mean it goes to him before it comes to our committee?
the goal
If
is
it
for
ever
it
comes.
not to come to our committee at all, but it really should, and especially, we're getting into the new budget. There's no reason for us to do any type of transfers or amendments to the budget that we've just passed, how many days ago? 7 days ago. So that's really the goal, is that, we should be the last resort here to review any type, and it's really just been coming to us from department heads. But now we have Lester here, and we're happy about that, so we want things to go
Do we want to
through
scare 'em
finance.
away?
But I told him, these are for last year, so this is, so if you can, Berkeley, if you can kind of explain what these are, so that, we can kind of talk through.
This Park and Rec one is is our activity line item. It's for the officials for our flag football and volleyball. And we knew we were gonna be short, Walter, because last year was our first year with volleyball. And this year, we had to add about 60 more games of flag football because we got 130 more kids. And so we have to pay them up front for the first half of the season in order to get them on the schedule. And so that was the Public Works one, and I can't, do you have, what was the Park and Rec?
I only have two items for you,
Yeah.
8,700 from
Yep.
salaries to contractual services.
And that's the official.
Oh, and then the other one was to cover some of my tree removal for contractual services, because I got a couple of my spraying things that came up, and I was about 40 or 50 grand over with the tornado and my tree cut, so that was just to move some money back and cover that.
All right, so officials for flag football and volleyball
Yep.
and trees.
And
But
tree
where,
removal.
I don't see that in what you provided. What's the volley, I only have 2 requests for transfers.
Yeah,
Isn't that what you have?
I-
I see
I think- but I think-
$8,700 and $250. Is there?
So that's the tree removal.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right, that says overage.
So I don't have,
This says sidewalk repair, small infrastructure sidewalk repair.
so
Oh,
what?
maybe I've already done that, I don't know, I got so at the end there. I should be good, you know. If I
Okay.
don't have that one on there, I.
So-
Yeah, the only two that are on here, it's a, 8,700 for, from salaries to
Yeah.
contractual services for the tree removal, and then a transfer of 250 for fuel for small infrastructure overage on a sidewalk repair.
Okay.
That's what it says.
That's it then, just go with that one.
Okay, and this is why this is gonna be great when this goes through finance to figure this stuff out, to make sure we're clear. And Mike, that's one resolution for these two
Got it.
items. You have this. And do you have any questions, Mr. Smith, do you have any questions on it at this point?
Not at this point.
Okay.
I would
Uh,
make a motion to approve that surplus for the, Public Works Department, the two items for the Public Works Department.
And this is a transfer, no new money,
Right.
Correct.
kind of, from
Second.
last year. Okay, you made that motion?
And Andy seconded.
And second by Mr. Walton, okay. All right. That's one, and then we'll get to traffic. Okay, let's do the first one. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? 4-0 for those two items for parking. It's really, both of these
They're
are
both
public
Public
works.
Works.
They're public works. Okay, and then the other item is for traffic, and that is $4,500 from traffic signal equipment, 4,000 from street light equipment, and 4,000 from fuels and lubricants to account building improvement.
That's for a air conditioner unit that went out, it's been out for several weeks now. So when I met with the mayor on the budget, we looked at that instead of adding it to the new budget. Just looked at adding the surplus from those accounts to pay for it.
Is that just to pay for a repair for?
That's for a complete unit.
Replacement.
For,
Replacement.
so it'd be more of a capital item?
That's what it is. Capital line item.
Okay, so we're moving it from, okay,
Be a total of
That-
12,500.
got it, okay.
All right, I would make that motion to make that transfer, so that y'all can get the air going.
Second.
Okay, moved by Ms. Smith, second by Mr. Gwaltney. For the traffic change, transfer. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That's 4-0. And, yeah.
In order to help out Mr. Segrist, I would like to take some items,
Why don't we-
all the items off the table and get rid of them.
Why don't you move for 03, 05, 20, 16, 01, 15, and 04, 12, 22, 25, 04, 17 to all be removed from the table?
Yes, I would move that all four of the items on the table, as said by Mr. Jones, be removed from the table.
Second.
Okay, second by
Alright.
Mr.
03, 05, 20's been around a while.
Yeah, okay, so,
Moved by Ms. Smith,
03,
second-
05.
Hold on a second.
Okay, sorry.
We gotta have a vote.
Oh, yeah, sorry, we did vote.
Second by Mr. Harden, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That's 4-0, they're all
Okay.
on, back on
yes.
the agenda. under
Okay,
old
I would
business.
take, first, I'm gonna take them from the bottom. 250417, that project is complete, and I believe we can drop that. I would make a motion to drop.
Second.
Okay, move drop, Mrs. Smith, second by Mr. Gwaltney. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, 4-0 to drop.
Okay, and 041222, I spoke, with President Wyatt, and we can drop that one as well. So I'd make a motion to drop.
Second.
Okay, moved by Ms. Smith, second by Mr. Harden. Any other questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That's 4-0 to drop.
Okay, and 160115, I spoke with Mr. Smith, and at the beginning of next year, he is gonna start on a new sidewalk inventory so that we can get an up-to-date view of what that is. So I would like to move to drop this item, and we'll bring a new item on when we get to that point.
Second.
Okay, moved by Mrs. Smith, second by Mr. Gwaltney to drop that item. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? 4-0, that passes to drop.
And 030520 has been on obviously for way too long, and Mr. Kendrick is working on this, so I would like to drop this current item, and then when we have a new handbook to look at, we will bring it back up. I move to drop.
Okay, moved by Mrs. Smith, second by Mr. Harden. Any other questions, comments? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? 4-0 to drop. So really, we only have one item that we'll be carrying over to our next meeting, which will be 08-09-24 to review those plans. Great work. Without objection, we're adjourned. Thank you for being here. Happy to have you.
Yeah, we're so glad.
Randy.
Welcome.
Do you need the power number? Yeah. They did.
Hey, John.
Public Works Committee meeting for October 7, 2024. Counselor Wolverton. Here. Gear.
Here.
Sims. Nims is out. And Harden.
Here.
You got 3.
Woo! By the skin of our teeth. Julie said she's trying to get here, right? Yeah, traffic was pretty bad over by 65. Can I have a motion to, for the reading and approval of minutes?
Since the ring out, so moved.
Second.
Okay, motion by Counselor Harden, second by Counselor Gear. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, we have 1109, sorry, no old business. New business is 110924, request for consideration for streetlight on Edgeview Drive. Brought to us by Counselor Waltney.
Sorry.
What's that?
Edgeview Avenue. So this was brought to my attention by one of the residents on the street, that there are no streetlights on that street. There's one on Oxmoor, but it's actually down and around, so it doesn't even shed light onto the street. So they had asked for a streetlight or 2, and Mr. Hamley met with Alabama Power.
Yeah,
Are there poles out front already?
well, all the power's being fed from behind the houses, but we do have one area where the alleyway crosses Edgeview. And there are power lines there that, they can set a pole and put a light. It's about a little past midways up Edgeview Avenue. So, you know, we could get one light there, and if we decide later to add more lights, then they could add more poles down the street without having to get right away and come from behind the houses.
Yeah, and just, it's been a while, I feel like, since we've had an item like this, but I feel like we've always gone back historically and grabbed poles that were in front of the houses. I know over in Ward 2 there's lots of dark areas, but the problem, as we've met and driven around the neighborhood, is that a lot of the poles are behind the properties.
Right.
And
that would have been the case with this one, except for.
There's this one spot.
We had the one spot where the power lines do cross, so.
Okay.
We would be able to.
And remind me, is there extra cost for setting one
Yes,
pole?
Yes,
Okay.
they will charge for each pole and for any lines that have to be added. But
Gotcha.
right now, I don't have any cost yet, but this will need to go to finance.
Yeah, I was gonna say, usually there's 2 items, one here and one finance. Okay.
I need to know the location or something.
In the vicinity of 116 Edgeview.
Well, I'm thinking we should put a streetlight in, because I put that agenda item on.
The one would be,
Oh,
I guess that's what I'm trying
well,
to
no,
ask.
yeah, when we discussed it, we don't wanna have to go down the street adding poles if we don't need to. So we had discussed coming across that alley, way that's right there, and using that as a place, like, basically, the most simple way to put one in.
Right.
Placement of costs, or right-of-way acquisition.
It's the most cost efficient
Yeah.
placement and.
Yeah, more than likely, it's gonna have to go somewhere around the, boundary line of 114 and 116 Edgeview.
Okay.
They have to stay at least 15 foot off of the primary line, so we could set a pole right at the alleyway. And if they come 15 feet off, it's gonna be right in front of 116. It was, I mean, it's right in the center there. front door. So we looked at possibly moving it down in between 114 and 116.
So they don't wanna set it in.
Brian, are you able to?
They don't wanna set it in span.
Are you able to pull
Usually
up
they could put it
114,
in the middle of the
116
span
pitch view?
and just hang the light off of it, build it lower or higher than their rack on top. They didn't wanna put it in.
Yeah, that wire that's crossing Edgeview is a primary wire, so it's
Yeah.
gotta stay at least 15 feet off of that.
Is there no ability
You
to
said
do
Edgeview what?
anything
Circle?
underground?
Avenue,
Since nothing
Edgeview
has been
Avenue.
put on that street yet? Too expensive?
Good, but it's gonna run into.
And no trees are gonna
Major.
be affected, or
Not,
no
not,
trees right around
not
there?
for this
Is
one.
this
Now,
it?
if we look at adding any later,
Is this it?
we would have to cross that bridge, because there are a
I don't
lot
know
of
where the person lives.
Big
trees up
Okay.
through there, so.
He just said that their cars have been ransacked like 3 times in the last 6 months.
Well, I would think that
Are
the
they
people
locking
on
their
the
cars
far end
though?
of the street will be wanting, a light if we put one in the middle, cause it's, you know, it dead ends, it gets really dark and a lot of
That's-
trees
that's
up at the
looking
far
down
end.
Edgeview,
I don't know if we might wanna
John.
consider that
That's
for
looking
next
down
year.
at you from Oxmoor.
I don't know.
I can certainly have, you know. look at
Cost
the
it
area.
out,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
costs
Oh,
like,
it's- Oh, it is, I mean, it's a
Let's
dead
see.
end street. Yeah.
That's looking down Edgeview from Oxmoor. Like, that's at like 5 minutes.
So this will put it about midway down.
Yeah,
That's
so at least
fine.
it'll get a light midway. It's better than nothing, cause it's very dark up there.
So, Brian, is this 114 or 116?
This is 114 right here.
Okay. So Randy, you're saying it'll be which side of the street or which?
Yeah, if they came just the 15 feet off of the line, it would put the pole dead center.
In front of the house.
The house, yeah.
For this house right here, the white one?
Well, I mean, that's the
Right.
minimum, right? So they could go, you know, further to hit a property line.
Yeah, now they could also go further, towards the end of the street too, I mean,
Okay.
just as long as they stay within, you know, a minimum of 15 feet off of that line. They've gotta have at least 15 feet, so.
Okay.
Power line, AT&T power line.
That's a primary
That's serious,
line.
like, they should,
Can
they
they?
can do that.
Install any
They
pole.
have joined both ways.
That primary.
Randy, there's an 18, Brian, will you pan back to the right slightly? There's a.
To the right.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Other
right
way, other way.
Yeah, there's an AT&T pole right behind that tree I
That's
can
the
see,
first one.
Yeah.
because it's a 30 foot or not a 35 or a 40. I wonder if they're joint use and they're separated on left and right. They
Oh,
could
they're
come
right
off
there.
and hop on that pole. It's set back a bit, but if that pole's
But
got
you
shell
can
rod or
angle it.
something, AT&T would likely replace it anyway, and they could move it toward the street a touch. So I think that's worth a suggestion to the power company.
Yeah, but there was another one on the other side.
Yeah, it looks like there's another one on the other side of the alley.
Yeah.
Technology is fine.
and there's the one up in the yard, I guess that's too far up.
Yeah, it's flat farther back.
The AT&T's getting off their poles anyway and joining the power companies because they don't want to.
Double up on poles.
Well, they don't care. Just the capital.
The cost,
expenditure,
yeah.
Yeah, they don't have to keep replacing it.
Yeah. Well, they would need to move it out from the street.
Move it close to the street.
Yeah. 'Cause it wouldn't do any good. If that went back.
And that's the alleyway you were talking about, Randy?
Right.
Okay. All right. Will?
So is the motion to, move it to council for approval? or-
So it would have to go to finance
Still
too.
need to go to finance.
Yeah.
for-
So we'd have to, it would have to pass here, but also go to finance.
Yeah.
As it's a matter
So,
to fund.
send it to finance to fund with additional, information about.
We would have to approve it here.
Okay, well, I move to approve it here and
And
then
then
send it to
finance
finance
would
for
have to-
funding.
Second.
All right, we have a motion by Counselor Gear and a second by Counselor Harden. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, 3-0, vote. Okay, so I guess that'll go for a referral to finance next meeting. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sir. What's that, receivers?
Just add that to the finance
Yes,
referral?
yes,
Okay.
we'll get it moved over.
All right, so we have 120924. This item is actually gonna be carried over for tonight. We'll pick this up in a couple weeks. And then 130924, request permission to leave in place 4 crepe myrtles planted in the right of way at 717 Broadway. Brought to us by Cale Smith.
Yeah, Brian has some photos. The pictures above the red line represent the tree, or show the trees
The
that
new
were
ones.
planted in the right of way. So they were planted, and then Scott, I think, stopped the installer at the last tree, after he'd already done it. And are you Mr. Ford? I am. Mr. Ford's here, who's the property owner. The pictures below, these are all pictures that Ben sent. The pictures below the red line represent other crepe myrtles in the right of way. So, that's it. You can talk,
Okay.
Just-
Hey, I'm Ben Ford, this is my wife Rachel, we live at 717 with our daughter, it's right there by Jim Marco's, y'all probably know right where it is.
No one parks in front of your house, do they?
Oh my goodness, all the time.
Never, yeah.
Yeah, and.
Oh, wow.
So I'll keep this brief though. The storm in December that hit pretty bad in that area, it knocked out a lot of trees in the area, it hit us pretty badly, so we were just trying to put some more trees in the area, fix up our yard, and had no idea we needed to ask permission for that. But as Cale said, these are in place there now, and it wasn't random. We did crepe myrtles because a lot of the neighbors had crepe myrtles, and in that same stretch right there by the street, so we were trying to match other people in the area and make it look nice. Happy to answer any questions you don't have.
Do you happen to know if it's a smaller variety or a larger variety?
It's
Like-
small, it's not the largest, because the landscaper who helped with this walked us through that, and he said he was trying to match the ones in the area, so I think it's a medium size. I know
Okay.
that's probably not the term.
Well, that's probably about right. If it is similar to those, it'll stay kinda leggy and maybe not just get huge.
Yeah, he
Each
said
of those.
it would not have.
Not
a
the
huge-
Indian, types, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Berkeley, how you feeling about your sidewalk right there?
I'm not getting in that anymore.
Yeah, I believe we
Yeah,
asked that
you're-
question a
that-
few times and.
It's gonna buckle the sidewalk.
It'll affect
I mean,
the
it's
sidewalk.
going, so, I'm not being ugly, you can go down to where we're doing a sidewalk now that's got crepe myrtle planted there and it's lifted it up and we're having to replace it, so. And that area is not meant to do that, but that's up to you guys.
So are there any other just questions? Should we just send it out without recommendation?
This is not.
This isn't what
This is
it's
no
on.
public
Oh,
hearing.
we give the permission, yes or no here?
And it
There's
is.
a recommendation here. Yeah.
3, I know it said 4, but just want to be clear, it's 3 crepe.
I was gonna say, I didn't count a 4th either, yeah.
I think Scott stopped him.
I guess.
No, I think, well.
Anyway, it doesn't matter, there's 3 then.
There are 3, yeah.
3 South Crescent.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest concern. Today it looks great, 5 years from now it looks great, but 10 years from now we're gonna have to put a new sidewalk in. As the roots.
Oh. I will remind the committee that we allowed 3 or 4 other big oak trees to stay, that had been planted. On Morris, I think it was, about 6 months ago, 6 months to a year ago, in a slightly larger right of way, but it was still, they're still gonna do the same thing. Have similar effects, and this won't be near as large a tree as the oaks that we allowed to stay. Well, I make the motion to approve.
All right. We have a motion. Jaleed's not here, so it's.
I'll second it.
All right.
I think they look good, but not get
Oh.
beat up by the Berkeley.
Just, all right. So we have a motion by Counselor Gear, second by Counselor Harden. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, 3-0, so that will go out to full council next Monday night, at 6 p.m. for everybody to vote on. And then I was hoping that I could get, so, yeah, any other questions?
Can I?
Okay.
Happy to answer any.
Go ahead.
So would you be willing to, provide the cost to replace them when when the trees push them up and put a crack? Would you be willing to absorb the cost for that?
Yeah, if that happens, sure.
Okay.
Good proffer.
Just trying to think of a way that we don't have to.
Does you have to redo the motion with the proffer included?
Well, I would think we could vote on that next week
Be
at
part of the
council.
vote on Monday.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
So basically, we've approved, we're sending it to council with a positive recommendation, but the whole council will have
And
to vote
everybody
next
next
week.
Monday will discuss
So
it.
is he property to repair, that's all what the
Yeah.
needed?
Yeah.
But yeah, it sounds like
That's what I heard.
there's a proffer for that would probably help your cause.
To
That's
proffer
no
that,
problem.
yeah, it would.
Yeah, if the images is kind of hard, that's no problem. Cover it.
Okay.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
What, if I could ask
Go
one
ahead.
other thing, maybe I should.
Go ahead.
If we were to sell the house, can we transfer it to the next owner?
That's what the, I think that's what the
If you wanna do
pro,
that, I need the legal description to come file a lien on the property.
we don't have to do that then.
Yeah, then that's okay.
I mean, you can do it either way, it depends on how we set it up.
Well, I guess we can talk about more on Monday.
Well, it might be good to have the legal description just in case.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, just so the committee knows,
Hard
the
to
legal
keep
description
up with
isn't something
these.
that he like has probably already.
Well, you have it on your survey.
Right, I'm not sure if he has a survey. I'm just saying, he may
Survey
not
for
have a
buying the
legal
house.
description ready.
We had a survey from Gianni, who used to own the house,
Yeah.
but I'm not sure what's, I haven't looked at it.
The survey shouldn't change, so if they've got a survey.
Mortgages on that. If you have a mortgage, it's legal description for the properties on that.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be a problem then. Okay.
Perfect.
Just send me that.
Okay.
Thank you. This week. Okay.
Do you have anything to take off for?
That's exactly what I was
Actually,
saying.
not yet. I would love for somebody to make a motion to go into executive session.
For what?
For what?
For,
We have something to talk about.
discussion of, let's see, pending,
Litigation?
It's what we
not
talked
litigation.
about outside.
All right,
I'd
somebody.
like for our
Okay,
attorney
I'll
to
make
tell
it.
us why we
Potential-
would go into
So it's
executive
not-
session.
What's
Well,
that?
If it's gonna discuss pending litigation or threatened litigation,
Pro-
discussion be limited to that, that's what you're saying.
It's not, okay. But I need, what's that? Yeah, I would say 10 minutes?
I think
I'd
he
make
can
it.
make the motion, right? He can make the motion, right? This isn't like an item on this agenda.
Well, yeah, it's
The-
on the agenda.
Yeah, he can just make the motion
Okay,
for the executive
well then,
session.
I'm gonna move.
But
to
typically,
go into
the chair
executive
doesn't-
session for
doesn't make the
10
motion.
minutes.
You have to hand over the
Second.
gavel for someone, if you wanna make the motion.
Take the vote.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye. We
No
need
idea
to,
what it is.
sure.
Okay, aye.
All right.
I'm not sure what we're doing.
Delete? All right, 4-0. Okay, so we're gonna go move to executive session. So anybody,
Thank you.
yeah,
Thank y'all.
anybody that needs, let's see, we need
Come on, is this-
everybody from the public. Strong.
Speak for yourself.
Alright, can I, have a motion to close executive session?
So moved.
Second.
Alright. Motion by Counselor Harden, second by Counselor Gear. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We'll go 4-0 on that.
Can you take some things off the table?
Yes, so, Mr. Gwaltney, do you have that 180719 item? Consideration of changes to support infrastructural installation. It's from 2019, tabled in 2020.
I don't have anything for it, no, it's been on the table for
Right, are you okay with
6 years.
if it's removed?
You can, it's your committee, do as you please.
I just didn't know if you had anything.
No,
that
I
you
don't
wanted to
have
do
anything with it.
Okay. And then this right of way, let's see, Kale, where'd Kale go?
Oh, that's that,
That's that right of way that we
the
were
lady-
waiting for them to come back and,
the lady who never, if she
Yeah.
planted those cedars, yeah, I don't,
so I'm,
yeah, I don't know that they.
my
were-
inclination would be to get
Yeah.
rid of that one too, since we hadn't heard anything in over a year.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go ahead and, can I have a motion to take 1807?
It's 08.
Oh eight, sorry, 080719 off the table. Motion by Counselor Nell, second by Counselor Harden. Okay, anybody wanna do anything with that one?
Don't we move it to new business and then?
It's already been moved. They just-
No, we're
Okay.
pulling it off the table,
Yeah.
somebody can motion to drop it.
I'll make a motion to drop it.
Alright,
Second, yeah.
motion by Counselor Harden, second by Counselor Nelms, all in favor?
Aye.
Alright, that's dropped 4-0. And then 2009-22, anybody care
I'll
to?
I'll make a motion to drop that.
Oh,
You
take
gotta
it
pull it
off.
off the table.
Take it off
Yep.
the table, yeah, I'm sorry.
Second.
I'll make a motion to take it off the table.
Alright, motion to take it off the table by Counselor Harden, second by Counselor Gear. Alright, it's on the table.
Motion
Well,
to drop.
no, it's not.
It's on the agenda.
You gotta have a vote.
Oh.
Sorry.
You gotta vote.
Okay, motion and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion to drop.
Alright, it's
Second.
4-0 to pull it off the table. Motion to drop by Counselor Gear, second by Counselor Harden, all in favor?
Aye.
Alright, dropped 4-0. And then with that, we stand adjourned.
So
We're cleaning up
keeping
the agenda.
For right now, yes, I need to look into
I
that.
love
yeah.
it. I love it.
She's been 18.
For October 7, 2024, Counselor Andrews.
Here.
Gwaltney.
Here.
Wolverton.
Here.
And Nelms.
Present.
Four.
Alright, so we have 4 with Mr. Sims out, so we do have a quorum. I will begin with the motion to dispense the reading and approve the minutes from September 23rd.
Second.
Alright, Counselor Nelms with the second, Counselor Gwaltney, all those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That passes 4-0. Okay, old business, I am gonna hand this over to my friend, co-counselor, Andy Gwaltney.
Alright. 290824, request for consideration to de-annex property at 2305 Montevallo Road, coming from Montevallo Partners LLC and President Wyatt. I see President Wyatt standing. I'll be
Yeah,
quiet.
so I know we've gone around about this a few times. It seems to me that where we are is that the de-annexation part, we haven't really had much issue with, and the issue really has been coming to a number that everyone can agree with. So this would be my recommendation, if the committee wants to do this, is to go ahead and vote the item out to council for next Monday, since the de-annexation really hasn't been an issue, both with regard to the road and the parcel. And then ask the applicant to talk with Mr. Kendrick between now and next Monday. And let's give Mr. Kendrick the ability to negotiate with them and come back to the council with a recommendation of either this is a reasonable amount of money or it's not a reasonable amount of money based on the property and its use and those sorts of things. So that way we know what we're we're actually moving the item forward, and we're getting an answer one way or another on the price. So that would be my recommendation as to what the committee should do.
Let me get some clarification so that I don't
Sure.
misunderstand my task. We had discussed at the last meeting that the de-annexation and the road alleyway are separate issues, but they're really tied together.
Correct.
Am I clear on that?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
All right, committee, thoughts?
I would, yeah.
Good, is that
I
a
would agree
motion?
with that. I would motion for moving it forward to committee without a recommendation pending negotiations, between the applicant.
Well, no, is it without a recommendation?
It's not a public hearing.
Yeah, it's not a public hearing, so we would not make
It's
it.
not a public hearing, so you'd just be moving it out and then.
I
With,
gotcha.
with a positive recommendation.
Yeah, you move it out to move it out, you gotta move it out with a positive recommendation, but it would be pending the result of the negotiations, and then on Monday night, we'll do whatever we need to do with it.
Right.
What he said,
Yes.
yes.
Second.
Second, so we have a motion by Counselor Rolfson, a second by Counselor Nelms. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. The ayes have it.
And I
3-0.
abstain. And I abstain.
Oh, 3-0 and one, well, yeah, one abstention. So we'll come back to your committee.
Thank you, and I'll let you handle that Monday night and read out to council,
I
if
will.
you don't mind,
Perfect.
thank you. Okay, new business, 140924, request for consideration of zoning adjustments related to grade. Back to Council Watney.
And we are closer. We thought we had a plan, but we need to make some adjustments. We're
Okay, we're gonna carry
trying
this
to make,
over?
we're gonna carry it over.
Okay, carry this over. Wow, all right.
Kale's big brain will solve this problem. for us.
I don't doubt that in the slightest. And I
pressure,
will
right?
just point out that I don't have anything to drop off the table because we've already handled our business. So without objection, we are adjourned.
Excellent. Excellent.